Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Couch Crunch Podcast. Guys, this is the first time us being in person. Hopefully it works this time.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't get cut off.
It doesn't get cut off. We also have Mir and Aaron on the other end on the audio side of things. And on this episode, man, we're going to just talk about this whole cancellation of E3. I kind of already had a speculation that it was already going to be like that because there was so many developers already pulling out of this. And because honestly, it's already at that kind of point where it's like everybody's pretty much doing their own thing at this point. I don't even think E3 should even be a thing anymore. At first, it was supposed to be for people to come in, all get together, be able to test out some of the new features and stuff like that they're bringing, or new games and shit. But it's not the same.
Oh, yeah. Seems like it's going downhill. I can't see him coming back.
Yeah, I've been seeing like every other week is like these guys dropped out. These guys aren't doing it this week.
Yeah.
These guys ain't doing
Exactly.
it this time. Like,
That's
it's
what
just
I
been
saw
dropping
too,
little by
man.
little.
It's
like
like they
flies.
all just dropping out.
Yeah.
I don't even know who was the first one to really drop out, though. Wasn't it PlayStation?
Oh, yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Sony, then Microsoft, then a bunch of the third-party developers just started like, yeah, we're not doing it. We're just doing our own online show, which seems way, way more easier and way, way more cost-efficient to do, probably.
Yeah, because everybody's doing their own showcase now. Like the Summerfest and PlayStation drops a bunch of showcases throughout the year now, and Xbox
Exactly.
does their own thing.
Yeah,
and
well, they get to
Nintendo.
save money. They get to do it the way they want to do it. They don't have to like rely on anybody. They don't have to pay people extra money for it.
Yeah.
Like they get to do their own thing, basically.
In a way, they're saving more money by doing this, in a way. Right? Like,
And then now that you can pretty much doing it online, pretty much gets the same result, given how many people on Twitter, YouTube says more like the numbers will definitely eclipse what people going to the actual place rather than it being online.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I mean, it still takes the fun out of the, obviously with us
Yeah, it
getting
does.
together. Yeah, it's like, I think ultimately, I don't think just E3 was just specifically made to, I mean, it's made to display games and, new things that the companies are actually bringing to the gaming community. But it's ultimately about getting together, as gamers. Like, wouldn't that be, that was the main purpose that was really in place.
Yeah, that's what they got PAX East for and PAX West.
Yeah, it's stuff like that, and it sucks. I mean, I don't know. Maybe most gamers don't really care nowadays. They're like, well, E3. It's like nobody really cares at this point. I mean, I guess it's more easier for you to just do a live stream of like games that you're going to be displaying for your platform.
A lot of it started from COVID. COVID pretty much
that's-
shut it all
Oh
down.
yeah, COVID.
yeah.
And then you got your state of play. Now you got
in-person
Nintendo
events.
Directs, and then you got all that extra shit. So it's like,
Right.
what now?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely not going to come together now. They all see each other as competition, so they're definitely not doing
no,
that.
I'm not doing that.
Is it, fuck you guys? We're not gonna be together. We're gonna do this shit separately.
Yeah.
See who wins.
I mean, if y'all had what's the earliest y'all started seeing E3 die off though? Because the earliest I started seeing it die off probably had to be 2017, if anything. That's how I started to see people
Dang,
like just.
I didn't even think it
Yeah.
was that far back. I don't know. I honestly
Really? No. Once Nintendo left, that's still the end of it.
I didn't know. I didn't realize it was gonna be that far back. I was thinking it was probably during, like Danny said, maybe COVID. I think that's actually
That's when it really fell off.
That's when you started to see the decline.
Yeah. I feel like Nintendo punched them real good, like the haymaker, and then like COVID just kind of like finished it off with like Kamehameha or something, just blew it away.
Yeah, because for the game, like the game I'm developing with my best friend, like we were supposed to go to E3. It was like like the year before COVID. It was kind of probably like as COVID was like starting, and they announced that it was not happening anymore. So they for that year, and then we were like, all right, we're gonna go next year, and then next year comes, and they're like, no, we're not gonna do it again, and then it's just like reoccurring now at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, like, Nick, since you was at my bad, Danny, since you was at PAX East,
Mm-hmm.
were you able to like kind of like market your game the way you wanted to? Was that kind of like an E3 experience right there? Because that's kind of like PAX East. I wouldn't say it was a placement for E3, but it's kind of like you get to talk with more just gamers overall, probably other developers at PAX East as well. So like, did you How was the
So
experience there with that?
so with PAX East, for us it was a little bit harder because we're not, we're running on fumes with funds and stuff like that. So we're basically paying out of pocket for everything that we do. And to do like a booth or something, or you have your own little setup at PAX, it's very expensive, and we just didn't have it. So what we did was we strategized, and we kind of like went on a limb on this one, and we he made packets, and then we just double teamed the not in that way, but we double teamed the like professionally double teamed the publishers. That's the word I'm looking for. The publishers, and we just like whatever stuff he missed, I said. Whatever stuff I missed, he said. So we were like just basically quickly presenting what we got going on, and the booklet that we handed out has everything in it. So we were basically like, we're quick. We're going to show you this. We have this. We're trying to get off the ground. If you're interested, just give us a shout out. Information's all in the thing, business card, all that stuff. So that's how we did it without spending all that money.
It was just that, with things like that, is E3 like necessary anymore? That's all. That's why I asked you. And it seemed like you did exactly what you probably would have done at E3 at PAX East. So that's why I asked.
Yeah, I mean, back then E3 was a lot bigger, so a lot more people were more involved, and you get more recognition like that. But PAX is, PAX is probably the best place to go because you see a lot of the indie devs, and you see all the big devs. Like everybody's pretty much there.
Gives you an opportunity.
Yeah, you have YouTubers and stuff like that you can meet, and then they can potentially like show your stuff off. You know what I mean? Or you can you can actually probably bump heads with a publisher who's like, "Oh, I really like what you got going on here. Let me help you out."
Yeah.
So E3, I would say at this point, it's okay to be obsolete.
Yeah, even stuff like even a
It's
network
okay
like
to be obsolete.
even a network like YouTube has its own con now. So it's like everybody is building their own individual cons to go to the network or whatever. So it really isn't no
Exactly.
use to have like a home hub for all the game consoles to be at.
And I feel like PAX East is more like interactive. Like you have like basically everybody's talking to everybody, and everybody's meeting people and stuff like that. And then E3 is like you have to sit down and then see everything.
It's mostly just break out your phones and record pretty much whatever they're going to be showing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed PAX East because it's just the amount of people that you meet and everything that you see there it's amazing.
It's good. No sweaty people.
Yeah, there's sweaty people. There's sweaty people there.
I was gonna say, when you go to Comic Cons and stuff like that, you always got to break out the air fresheners.
Yeah.
Go in there with a gas mask on.
That's how it is at the Smash Brothers tournament. I ain't supposed to be Comic Cons. You
know what? It wasn't.
What was the rating on the smell there?
It wasn't that bad. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it wasn't as weird as like seeing people like people dress up weird and stuff like that. But it was pretty cool. I liked it. It was fun.
It's amazing.
Neat.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah.
It is good.
But as far as E3, man, it's just. Bear, what did you think about E3 being like pulled out? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, y'all pretty much clarified everything, and I don't think anybody cares anymore.
Yeah, nah, nobody. I did not even see any bump on Twitter, so that's crazy.
I do think though, like, I think the thing though with E3 is like, of course, like everybody's been pulled out. Yeah, so like I think another thing about why E3 died or why we don't need it is like, a lot of times, like, if you remember, like, a lot of E3 games that were being announced, a lot of the shit was just sequels to everything. If you think about it now, like, there's so many new IPs that are coming out now. Like, it makes sense for Sony and Xbox and Nintendo and all the third parties to do it themselves. Because, like, the last time I remember E3 was being good is when The Last of Us 2 got announced.
Yeah.
I think that was like 2018 or 2017.
Yeah.
And then even before that, I think Uncharted 4's announcement. But like, again, like these are sequels to games that we already know. So like, those were some of the biggest moments of E3, like when God of War was announced. I don't know if Red Dead Redemption was announced at E3, but The Last of Us, like fighting games, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's never really anything new. like, don't get me wrong, they do announce it from time to time, but we were always excited for like sequels and shit like that, like, or what's the next big game of this title.
Right.
So like, because I think that's gone. I don't think, like, again, like as you all said, like I don't think E3 is really necessary anymore. I mean, yeah, like the key thing about it was the experience. I think that's what people will miss the most.
Right.
You know, getting your tickets to fly out there,
Which is a pain in the
grabbing
ass.
your hotel.
Yep.
You know,
And-
experience having that connection with people in person. But I mean, bro, like COVID has disciplined us so much to be in the house and just do everything at home.
Right.
Like, we don't really need, like, I'd rather save money and watch the Sony shit than spend money to go out there to just see it in person.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
imagine if it was like bullshit ass games you didn't care about, and you went to that damn show and probably spent what, like
Exactly.
$500 or $600.
I would have been like,
some Red Dead Redemption mobile game or some shit
Exactly.
like that.
I would have demanded my money, Aaron. I would have been like, give me back my money at that point. But I mean, Mir touched on a
Give me
really
my
good
money.
note, though. I mean, it was a different time, especially when E3 was very cherishable, right? Because the thing is, this was before the internet was like really popular, right? Like they fucking even do like short fucking pictures or anything, sneak peeks and shit like that on even Instagram, right? For some of these companies now. So it's like, it's kind of, there's no reason for it.
No.
Like,
No.
especially
Even
how
before.
how easy it is to just put something out there to the public, especially on one platform.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's why I was saying let it fade away.
Yeah, to me, like back in 2015 is pretty much where it was fading away for me. I didn't really pay attention after that year. It's like,
Yeah, you even went farther
yeah,
back
you
than
went
Aaron.
farther back.
like, I can't barely
Yeah,
remember
you went
anything.
further back than me, man.
They said,
Normally, I'd say 2017 because like actually Nintendo dropped off around like 2014 technically, so that's when I stopped. That's when I stopped paying attention to it a little bit. But like I really stopped in 2017. That's when the Switch came out and Nintendo was doing like their own little shadow drop. Here's the new console and all that stuff. So like that's when I stopped paying attention to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you went further back than me.
I was like, that's before they got that black eye, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because I used to like sometimes see like on Twitch, people would just put like the boo emojis and like the last time they was on there on 2020, I was like, yeah, this is the gaming community is not having this. Whenever it's
That'd be
live
so
streamed.
funny when you look at the Twitch chat and see people's reactions in real time when they announce some bullshit ass game.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Not having it.
Well, I don't know if hopefully the gaming community can actually relate to how we feel on Couch Crunch, because like it's I don't think anybody else cares.
Rest in peace, E3.
Sorry, E3.
Yeah.
Yep. Just go ahead and stay in that coffin.